Welcome everybody to Team Tate Outdoors. I'm Donovan, and today we got a good show for you. We got to do some chores first, and then we're going to get in the woods. First hunt's up with me and Ellie, and then my cousin Shane. Let's get into it. All I've got is these small bottles, so whenever this is how we run off our heat. We don't have a big tank, we're still in RV, and I'm not putting in some big gas line to run a big old tank. This is temporary, so with temporary living, you got to do temporary things, and well, filling up those once a week is just part of it. All right, so Linda informed me I got to dump the tanks again every week. That is one thing I will not miss when we have a house. With school out and the chores complete, it's time to get in the tree with Ellie. Hopefully we can get it done. How you feeling? Good. Yeah. Now then, I gotta put this up. This is for my quiver. Actually, I should probably just leave them. And don't move your hands, don't move your face real fast. Very slow. They can see everything you do. It ain't like the blind, okay? Okay. If you need to film around this tree, practice moving in it. Let go of the tree. Try to move around the tree to film. Put your camera up here. Use your legs. Act like you're filming. Open the screen. Turn it on. Okay. Now, you're going to film out there. Look. Right there is where I plan on killing a deer. See that gap right through there? That's what you want to film. And then if I shoot a deer, you follow the deer with the camera. No, you're not going to follow. You can push around. You don't even have to use your arms. Are you ready to film? How do you feel? You feel comfortable? Yeah. Move this way for me with your legs. Oh, look at that, guys. She's mobile. Spin around the other way. Nice and slow. There you go, girl. Okay, you're my cameraman. Let's do it. After hunting for about an hour and a half and not seeing anything, I look up and I spot some deer headed our way. I tell Ellie, it's time to get in position, Ellie. She gets after it. He's walking out to the tree line. There he comes to the woods right there. You see him? Ellie. He's walking through the trees. Let's get to this. He's coming up. Swing around the other side. Swing around the other side. Now I know what you're going to think. Why is this video so shaky? Well, Ellie's holding this camera up and she doesn't have a camera tree arm to stabilize it. So she's doing the best she can with what she's been given. And I think, quite frankly, she's done a great job. So let's get on this deer. coyotes we got. That was about a 30-yard shot. I didn't want to take it. I wanted closer. No, I knew it was a doe. About 45 minutes later, I catch movement. It looks a lot smaller than a deer. And wouldn't you know it, it's another coyote. Almost in the same exact location Eli shot his, but this one's coming in a lot slower. Let's see if I can make my shot at this one. Dadgummit, how in the heck did I miss? But it's like they say, if you ain't missing, you ain't trying. We've got way too many coyotes on this property. We sat there until night fell. It was a good night. Me and Ellie had fun in the stand. I got a shot, but sadly, I missed the coyote. And the deer, well, they were just out of range. Well, it's bright out today. It's beautiful, but it's freezing. The temperature definitely changed. It's in the 20s, and today we had to change the black tank, or dump the black tank. This is kind of a weekly activity. So, it's kind of living in the trailer. Things you gotta do. Our handle broke, and I haven't repaired it yet because this pair of pliers works just fine. That's the clean out. We already dumped it once. We're just kind of rinsing it out and cleaning it out. Get ready for another week worth of living. I should be hunting right now. Although I haven't seen any deer movement, and I haven't had any notifications on my cameras, so still struggling. I haven't got a kill yet for November. I haven't seen any buck activity, like chasing or anything, so we'll get in the woods. My cousin Shane comes today, so we'll be able to get him from the airport, and he's gonna stay for 2 weeks and go hunt with us. So I'll be hunting with him soon. Alright, hey guys. We're all set up in the tree, and this is a pretty good spot. I always see does come down this fence line and jump this fence. Where they go after that, I never see them, but I've watched them do it a ton of times. I sat in the stand, I don't know, 3 days ago. The wind was coming out of the south. They stopped right at my wind line and ran off. The wind's changed, it's out of the north. And with any luck, them deer will come by. No problem by getting a wind trail because it's behind me. Jump the fence and they'll be right in front of me. So let's sit tight. Hopefully we'll kill a deer tonight. After accomplishing my mission of shooting a buck with fingers, but then missing a coyote, I decided it was time to get more serious about these deer, and I pulled out my Matthews. After about an hour in the stand, I look over to my left and I see a deer. I think it's a doe, so I go ahead and get in position because filming and shooting, you want to make sure you have plenty of time to get yourself ready. As you guessed it, as soon as she cleared them tree branches, I saw what you see, and I saw a little set of antlers. So I set my bow down, focused on the camera, and wanted to make sure I had some good footage. Had this been my giant buck, it would have been a chip shot. What most people don't know about deer is they have good seeing good smelling, and good hearing. But if they can't put all three of them together, even though they see something in a tree that doesn't look right, if they don't smell you and they can't hear you and you're not moving, a lot of the time they'll look at you and pay you no mind. That's exactly what this little buck did here. He saw me in the tree, but he didn't smell me. I didn't move, and he just took it as, well, this is something different, but I'm going to go ahead and take another path out of here. So he walked on around the creek, went in through the food plot, and he was gone. All I need is for his daddy or his granddaddy to do the same exact thing. Walk out there at 25 yards, stand broadside, look over your shoulder, and give me that shot. But as luck has it, that's just not my luck this year. That's a really small buck. He was a scragglehorn. Now I think there's 2 generations of that deer on this farm, on this property. They've got one spike on the left and about 4 on the right. He looks like he's fixing to go walk right past my other tree stand. He was gonna walk right behind me, but he hit my scent trail, stopped, turned around, and walked away. I couldn't really film him because he had already looked up at me. I didn't want to move at all. They've got really good senses. But he's walked off now. His horns were so small I thought he was a doe. I was going to shoot her, but no, it's a little buck. Do you remember those does I was talking about when we first got in the tree stand that I was hoping would come this way and jump over the fence and be right in front of me? Well, they were in the bedding area to the west, and they came out and walked through the field the opposite direction of which way they would normally go, and well, that pretty much concluded that night. I think so. Yeah, I got it. I gotta adjust it, make sure it's right. The next morning, I'm bright and early. I'm in the stand with Shane. It was so late when he got picked up from the airport, we didn't get a chance to introduce him. But this is my cousin Shane, and you'll get to know him very well. Let's go, California Killer. That's a big buck, bro. After putting our eyes on a spike first thing in the morning, we sat there for about 2 hours with nothing happening. When out of the bottom came this nice buck, and what looked to be a doe following behind him, which seemed a little strange. The couple of deer we've seen this morning funneled out of the bottom and were feeding in the same oak flat over by those oak trees. The problem is, the oaks that we had underneath us, they seem to not care too much about. Maybe they'll come to some calls. No, he's with another buck, I think. Small buck, not a big buck. From Shane's vantage point, I don't think he can clearly see how big this buck is. It's definitely a shooter. He's coming in. Noticing that the grunt's not working, I try to snort wheeze, and for some reason, that thing that we thought was a doe is coming our way.
Straight in. She's 9 o'clock of you. Let her get into the left. It's a spike, I think. Should I take the shot? It's up to you. Just wait till she gets closer. She's on that scent trail. Yeah. Just gotta follow that trail.
Now what I know most people are thinking is it's a spike. There's a giant buck out there. Don't shoot this deer. Shane gets about 2 weeks to hunt visiting from California. And he's got 2 buck tags, and the next week starts rifle season. So he can harvest a buck with his bow and still have 1 buck tag for his rifle. Let's see what Shane plans to do. We need some venison in the freezer.
Jerky time, baby.
Turkey time.
Jerky time.
Legal deer.
Legal deer.
We never said you were a trophy hunter.
I'm not a trophy
Deer
hunter.
hunter.
We're not at a ranch. We're in open
land.
woods, public land. So it's not like what you see on all the other shows, TV deer hunting shows. This is real life. This is what real life is. You take what you can get when you're putting food on the plate.
Shane took a nice deer. It's a spike deer, but we're definitely gonna get down. We're gonna clean him up. We're drag him out of here, and that is gonna be the freshest, best, tenderest venison. Young deer are the best. Look at all this work that we put into this. Hanging tree stands, setting up, sitting in the cold. When a deer gives you the opportunity, you cannot eat the antlers. They're awesome to look at, but at the end of the day, we are deer hunters. We're not antler hunters. We got deer down. Good job, bro.
Some good backstrap, good food. Let's do it, man.
All right, I'll carry you both. It's all part of it.
Sir.